welcome to a red hot hell for round 2 of the FAA World Rallycross Championship 2023. The WorldRx drivers are just preparing to go out for free practice, and I believe the KMS drivers have a little bit of a bet going on for what's going to happen in the next run. Jan Kristoffersson, explain.
We were actually just talking about it, me and Ole Christian. We said who's going to have the biggest send into the joker lap on the first lap from the start, but it looks like it's extremely good grip there, so yeah, I don't know how it's, I think you have to try quite hard.
And will you?
I will, yeah.
My money's on Ole Christian with his rally background. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, he went out there on the Super Bowl last year and shocked everybody with his full send. So let's see, but it's gonna be tricky because I don't think you can send it so early like you could before, because then you go over the curb on the inside. So
not with the right speed.
No. Let's see. We will try our best.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see.
Good luck, boys. As ever, the really important details being considered by the reigning teams champions. Here's another driver. Let's just grab Kevin Hansen very quickly.
Hello.
Kevin, you're about to get in the car. Well, you've just been in the car, but you're about to get in the car competitively for the first time in free practice on the back of a podium in round 1. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. I mean, it's a nice track, nice day. I mean, the Scandinavian summer is always, you know, the best. So no, it feels nice. We have some small changes on the setup, and we'll just go out there and see how it is. You know, nice to get started on the Friday and, you know, get with the engineers and speak with them on the evening and see how, you know, we're going to line up for tomorrow.
Very different track to Portugal. Do you think this is going to maybe suit you in the 2.8 a little bit better?
We thought we would be really quick in Portugal also, so we'll just go out there and see how we are. I don't want to put any expectations on. I just go out there and drive my best, and I mean, hopefully we are P1. Hopefully we're not lost. So we'll go somewhere there.
Thank you, Kevin. Good luck. So all of the drivers get 2 runs this afternoon, and as Kevin Hansen just explained, that gives them an opportunity to chat to the engineers, to look at the data, and spend even more time consuming that information ahead of racing getting underway tomorrow. In the background, Clara Anderson's just having the window net for safety protection put on in her PWR, and she's behind Sebastian Loeb. They had a great race in Portugal. It was the final lap of the final where Clara overtook Sebastian Loeb, her childhood hero, and yeah, we didn't catch it on the broadcast, but WorldRx social media has been all over that since. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Nicholas Gronholm, one of the last to come to the pre-grid. The car's running in championship order for free practice, so championship leader Jan Kristoffersson will go last. We'll just head up to the first corner and the joker section to see which of the KMS drivers delivers. Timmy Hansen out on track at the moment. Looks like there's a lot of grip in the joker, to be fair. Lots of drivers have been very, very sendy around that corner in the past. I think we're going to be a little while because the KMS boys are still getting in. If you turn behind us, Liam, have a little look at the paddock. To the right is the central catering area, and then behind the WorldRx teams, RX2E here for the first round of 2023 this weekend. Euro RX1 and Euro RX3 as well. So we'll have a wander up. OC Veby will be first out of the KMS drivers. It's going to be loud here with the tannoy. A lot of local racing going on today as well. The hell of a race. Let's see if there's anyone to catch as we come up here. Gustav Bergström in the background. They're just about to go into scrutineering. We won't be allowed in scrutineering, but if we come to the rear, you can see the weighbridge with one of the KMS engineers. The cars will be pulled in at random over the weekend to be checked for various eligibility elements, and weight is a crucial part of that. A massive job by KMS to get that car repaired, and Hansen Motorsport to repair Timmy Hansen's car after the contact between the two in the semi-final in Portugal. The 2 battery frames in the chassis of the car actually connected when Timmy Hansen spun and was collected by Gustav. We saw that on the broadcast, and it's been a huge effort by those teams to get the cars repaired. Some cars returning. Now we're right in the way. Here's Yanis Baimanis round 1 winner from Euro RX1. Preparing to come onto the weighbridge. That's for his team, just to check where they are weight-wise ahead of this weekend. And as Gurlan Shishirit pulls in to the scales, let's just have a quick word. Gurlan, how was that first free practice run?
Yeah, really happy. I like the car. Really excited. I think it's going to be good this weekend.
For me, I think the car didn't look perfect for the Portugal circuit, but you're more confident that it can be better here? Gurlan just chatting to the engineers, feeding back. The Lancia looked a little bit difficult to drive at some point in Portugal. Do you think it'll be better around this whole circuit?
Yeah, I think we learned a lot from Portugal. Portugal was really not easy for us. So much to learn. I think this track is a little bit less disturbing for the car, so I believe it's going to be okay.
We look forward to it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Gurlan Shishirit in the stunning Lancia Delta. Right, what cars are out at the moment? I think, Liam, we've got a while to wait for the KMS RX1s. Johan Kristoffersson will of course be last. Let's have a look in the paddock. So ahead of us, this is the World RX area. And the first team we come across is actually an RX2E team, but part of Kristoffersson Motorsport. It's Team E. Nils Andersson and Michaela Arling Kotelinski driving for that squad this weekend. Let's see if I'm sure everyone's out watching free practice, but let me see if I can find Nils or Michaela. Of course I can't. This shows it's very live. Oh, there's Liam over there. Let's move on, mate. I love this. This gives a great insight into how hard it is for us on TV finding people during the broadcast as well. There's Bergstrom's car. As I said, massive effort by them to get it ready. There is Gustav. Sorry Liam. Let's just hop in here and grab Gustav. Gustav, your first run in the car, how was it?
Tarmac everywhere.
You do quite a lot of circuit racing, does that suit you?
I don't know, we will see.
And you in the car, feeling okay after the semi-final in Portugal?
It's a bit strange to be back in the car, but yeah, for sure I will get some pace soon.
Good luck this weekend. Thank you, Gustav. Of course, Gustav drove here last year in the first ever electric World RX race, and the cars and teams have come on so much since then. Of course, the team's also experienced, but the cars were very, very fresh when we came here for round 1 last year. I think Nicholas Gronholm and co will have just finished that run, and they'll be returning to the CE dealer team paddock area here in a couple of minutes. But I imagine they'll be getting weighed first. I think we've beaten Shishirit back to the Special 1 racing team. Shishirit in the background, I don't know if you can see Liam. We are beating him out the paddock because he is having his tyre pressures checked by the team after he's been weighed. Excuse me, that's Sebastian Lowe, because Shishirit is already back. Let's pop over to Yellow Squad and speak to an RX2E driver or two if we can. Although I'm sure, like most of the paddock, they're out watching free practice. See who we can find. Just go around the back. Tradesman's entrance. Of course they're out watching. Pretty sure Timmy Hansen will be here because he's just come back. It is warm here, really warm. It's warm across Europe, but here is particularly warm. Let's have a look into the Hansen awning. This is Timmy Hansen's car. Just come in after that first run. They've got another run to do, so the guys will just have a quick spanner check and prepare the car, maybe make some changes ahead of that second run. Timmy is in a debrief already, and that shows the level that these drivers go to, already consuming the data even before his brother comes back. And of course, once Kevin comes back, Kevin will have his own feedback and they'll have that data to compare to as well. This isn't particularly successful talking to drivers, but both of the Special 1 cars are back in now. Let's see if we can grab a rally legend, Liam. I just want to find out which KMS driver went the most sideways. Here we go. We just squeeze in. Sorry, mate. Sebastian, if we could just grab you quickly. How was that, your first run here in hell in the Lancia?
It was okay. The grip is amazing, especially on the gravel section with the dust tax. It's a lot of grip, so I think it will change during the weekend. But first feeling is not too bad. The feeling with the car was okay.
Good, and a very, very different circuit to Portugal. You look like you improved a lot through the weekend in Montenegro. Do you think you start in a better position here?
For sure, we start with much more experience than we started there. Hopefully we went in a good way during the weekend in Portugal, and hopefully it will help us to have a good weekend from the start here. It's our target.
Thank you, Seb. Good luck. What a pleasure it is to have Sebastian Loeb back in this paddock. And we did some TV interviews with him this morning. He genuinely loves this. He doesn't need to be here. He said he's 49 years old. He could be elsewhere, but he's here because he really enjoys it. We were talking with him as well about now is not the time to have those discussions because he needs to rush back and speak to the engineers. But we were talking also with him about the process of developing a car. The Lancia only did one event last year. The rest of the cars and teams in World RX did the whole season. So they're on the back foot and they've got a lot of catching up to do in the knowledge stakes. And Sebastian was saying he loves that process, but that process isn't enjoyable if you're not making improvements. And they are making improvements, so he continues to enjoy it. Let's have a little look at the RX2E cars. Ole Henry Steinsholt, local event for him as a Norwegian. Turenne back for another year. Pablo Suarez has to start among the title favourites. Gutierrez's car here, just getting the final preparations from the QEV team. And Laia Sands as well. Back again, she's done quite a few events now in RX2E. Let's just see if we can pop into the next awning, usually full of dance music and jovial scenes, but let's see if reigning champion Victor Vranckx is around. See Victor's new race suit and helmet and gloves and boots. In the background, Victor ran his own team last year, VMV Racing, and they continue to do the same for this season. Here is Victor. Where's Liam gone? There is Liam. If we go out this way, mate, I found a young Belgian driver. Oh, and I've just seen Johan Christoffersen absolutely send it through the Joker section. Oh, there's Liam. Victor Vranckx. Hello, mate. Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm finally back. It's been a long time, yeah.
You've driven the car quite a bit this year in different championships. How ready are you to return to RX2E and defend your title?
I'm more ready than last year, I think, physically, but also mentally. Could train and test a lot, so I've never been more prepared for a championship than right now.
How are you feeling in the car? And I know last year was your first full season at this level. You've obviously done that preparation ahead of this season, but you've also got a full season under your belt now. How is the feeling different coming into a year with all of that knowledge under your belt?
It feels like a little bit of more pressure than last year. Last year I hadn't anything to prove. If I would have been P8 or P9, nobody would really care. But right now I won last year, so to win this year again is a statement, and I want to make that one.
What's your objective for this weekend?
Is that a question? P1, obviously.
Great, so you're not thinking bag points early for the championship, your focus is only on each event and trying to win each one?
Yeah, of course. Last year I won 2, and now I want to win more than 3. So hopefully it will work.
We'll see how it goes. Good luck, mate. See you across the weekend. If you look in the background, Liam, there's a local race for Super National cars this weekend called A Hell of a Race to keep the local fans entertained on this wonderful Friday evening. Let's just have it's Friday afternoon still, will be evening when those guys are out racing later on. Let's have a look around the paddock and see if we can find another driver or two for you before we wrap up. Is there a way through behind Kreisel? No, there isn't, so we'll have to go the long way. Around Cooper, the Cooper awning quiet at the moment. You can see all of the tyre machines lined up and there isn't a lot of activity. New Cooper dry tyres, let's have a quick look. So on the broadcast through the weekend when we're talking about the slick or the dry, it's this compound, the cross-ply tyre, an amazing Rallycross tyre, and this is the wet, so you can see more treads, deeper treads, and this is to disperse the water. It needs to be pretty wet to start using a wet tyre. They also need to declare it a wet race because the soft nature of the dry tyre, the cross-ply tyre, makes it generate a lot of heat, and you can use it right into a damp, bordering on wet conditions. Russell Atkins, media manager, press officer for the World Championship, buried in his phone as usual. Being very, very busy. Let's jump into the CE dealer team and grab a word with Clara Anderson. She's running away, Clara. Clara, first free practice here, a year on from driving a World RX car competitively for the first time. How was that?
It was a bit tricky. We tried some new things with the car and we will try some other things now in FP2, but let's see.
That's the beauty of these two Friday practice sessions, that you can try something, you can then try something else, and you can then consume all that data. As a driver, do you enjoy that process?
Yeah, for sure. It's so big difference just to have these 8 laps a day. You don't drive many laps on a Rallycross weekend, so it's so valuable for both me and Niklas, but also the car and the engineers and everyone. So yeah, it's really good.
We were just chatting to Sebastian Loeb and he was talking about how high the grip levels are, especially on the loose. How was it for you?
Yeah, it wasn't really gravel, so that was also a bit tricky to get used to compared to last year where you can really send it in a joker. Now it was very high grip, so I think it will change, but let's see. You need to adapt every time you're out on the track.
And of course very different to Montenegro as well, so a mental shift coming to a totally different track.
100%. Now you really need to be neat more in the driving technique and really go back and not be too sideways everywhere. So that's what I will try now in FP2.
Thank you, Clara. Enjoy FP2 later on. This is backstage at the CE dealer team. The car's just getting jacked up. They're very different to work on for the mechanics now, these cars, compared to the internal combustion engine supercars of the previous era, because you don't have the engine side of the car to look after so much, but of course you have all the powertrain elements to look after in a different way, and the suspension components, driveline, very similar. Let's see if we can just get to KMS and find out who was sendiest. Let's watch this gap, Liam. The boys are chatting. I know you're probably discussing far more serious things, but who did the biggest send?
I saw Ole Christian's. I haven't seen mine from the outside, but it felt pretty good.
And mine was
Because
too early.
I wanted to, send it properly, and then there's so much grip now, so I did a little bit early, so I had to be careful with the curb on the inside. I think I was benefited by seeing yours.
Yeah, exactly. I think so because
We agree on that.
Yeah. So we call it equal.
But the tire got proper temperature from it. I can say that. I saw blue smoke on the gravel from the inside wheel. All right.
And in all seriousness, how different is the track to what you expected?
Not much from what we expected after the track walk, but before track walk, the grip is insane. I don't remember exactly the lap time from last year, but I think I did a 37.2 now,
yeah.
and I think that's by far the quickest.
We did high 37s as the best last year.
Yeah. So I think this was by far the quickest.
37.7 or 37.8 or something like that. That's the best.
It's the quickest track we have seen here in Halle. It's a very good grip on the tarmac now, or on the gravel now, but it will come down a little bit, I think.
Thank you, Johan. Go and debrief. Interesting there from Jan Kristoffersen and Ola Christian Weber. I'll just get out of the mechanics' way because they've got to turn these cars around very quickly. What they're talking about there is how grippy the track is compared to what they may be expected, but rallycross tracks evolve all the time. And we have a Super National support race going on today. We've got another free practice session for World RX, and then a lot of action with 4 classes this weekend. So the track will change a lot, and I can't wait to see how it evolves, how the teams adapt to that. Make sure you watch all weekend on RX Plus because it's going to be fascinating. I can't wait to get racing.